productions and running YouTube.
Yes, very much so.
And so I know he's got some questions today. Just want to learn some things.
Most
so
definitely.
I'm happy to answer some of your questions.
For sure. I totally today want to talk about just kind of like a surrounding topic, virtual production, right? So in my thought, as I have it right now, with where I am, with my knowledge about everything, it is the kind of what you got audio doubling over there. It's the mixture between like something virtual, obviously, and then real camera. That's what makes it that virtual production is you're using both elements.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those 3D environments and real tangible items that are in the real world, mixing them together.
Fantastic. Yeah. That's amazing. And you could do it so many different ways. Like what constitutes as virtual production? Like, can I use a TV and do it?
Yeah.
Can I edit something in? Is that technically still virtual?
Yeah. So I think there's a few ways that I like to think about virtual productions. They can be complex, where you're using a lot of the high bells and whistles, like they do for Mandalorian, where they have all the motion trackers, the LED walls, the stages, and stuff like that. But really, you could think of this on a much smaller level, and that is like taking maybe a television or a teleprompter, or not a teleprompter, like a projector, right? And shining it up on the wall and putting your Unreal Engine environment, right? Okay. So that's a free software, and maybe use your computer, right? Because you can download Unreal Engine to your computer, and so then you take maybe like a product or something, right?
Yeah.
And then you take your camera and you put it in front of there. Maybe you do some lightning or something, right?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't have to be a 3D environment. It could just be like some like electricity happening in the background. Now it's like super cool, or an explosion or something, and just make the frame. And then you can be storytelling with a really cool background.
Yes, interesting.
Right? I know there's AI and stuff that can do some of these things, but me as a creative, I like to tell my story exactly the way I want to tell it, right? And sometimes I'm having to prompt AI like 30, 40 times. But if I could go find the background or create that background and find my product and align everything up, and I get it on try number 1, that's it.
Most definitely. I feel like with virtual production, like a lot of people don't start getting into it until it becomes a necessity for that creative idea. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people, when they hear the idea of virtual production early on, they're kind of thinking, well, I may not need that for a lot of shots. If they don't have camera cranes or they don't have a lot of this expensive equipment, they may completely render out the idea of using virtual, or that whole system. In place for something, just maybe they'll edit it in. But when it comes to those bigger, large scale products, or those shoots, those productions where you actually do need to get that full vision through, and you can't and you shouldn't edit it in, how does that look? Because I know the tools differ, right, per kind of level in this industry. Sure, they're all virtual production, but I know there is definitely a ladder.
There's so many different reasons to why to use virtual production, and if you don't understand how you can use them or what they can be used for, right? I'll tell you a few. Right? So maybe you've just landed this doctor, right? And you want to have a doctor's environment. There's so many rules about filming inside of a hospital, right? That's one scenario. Or a restaurant. Let's just say you need to do some you want to teach their employees. So maybe you just need an actor in the essence of the restaurant. So now they can say all their lines and all the things, right? So now we can educate things, right? So now we don't have to close down a restaurant or be up in 2 o'clock in the morning filming in a restaurant. So it's a tool to help you execute. It's a tool to help you be more creative. Now, as a creative, you have the ability to go use these backgrounds and do your storytelling.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? You can tell the exact story. Where before you were only limited to going out to Houston streets and saying, I want to make this commercial, and it has to be driving down the street.
Like which brick wall has the least amount of graffiti on it that
exactly.
I could shoot on.
Something along those lines. You're just limited, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, now you can be like, hey, let's just call it a bicycle commercial, right? Yeah. And this is like a futuristic bike, and the company's like, our theme is kind of like sci-fi, or cyberpunk, and you're like, well, that's really hard to do in downtown Houston.
Yeah,
there's not going to be enough streets. But maybe there's a way you could do it virtually.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
You could go create these sci-fi environments. Now you as a storyteller can go create that environment.
And I know a lot of people, when they probably hear that, or even maybe the way we're explaining it, I know you go so much more in depth than anything I've seen with your use of like Unreal Engine and making sure that the camera can like almost track where you are in a virtual space, but also IRL. So you're matching those, the f-stop and the camera angles and getting those perfect shots in an environment that is like 360 degrees created. Imagine like a video game, but just like the map itself, right? So it's a lot easier, I feel like, to traverse that, you know, than having used just plain backgrounds, which is, you know.
So I got a couple examples for you.
Okay.
Morgan, you can kind of put up the
up the screen, Morgan.
for us.
Perfect. Yeah, this is gonna be good.
Where I start is the marketplace.
Yeah.
And I go get and download assets that are, some of them are free.
What marketplace do
this
you
one's
use?
Fab or Turbo Squid,
Fab,
or
Turbo
like
Squid.
depending on what you're looking for, you can go find like 3D environments or 3D objects, clothings and different things, and you can import them into Unreal Engine.
Yeah.
And so Unreal Engine is a free software. There's different versions and variations of it. Some take a little bit more computing power, or some programs or different like levels take more computing power because the amount of like trees or things are inside of it. So sometimes they're going to be limited, but you know, you can open up Unreal Engine on a good amount of like a good amount of laptops and things.
Exactly. Yeah.
But we didn't want to lag the stream like we did last time, so I got some examples right here. So this is a virtual environment that we're doing for a shoot that's coming up.
And so wait, go back to the one with the camera sitting there.
Yeah. So we've got our camera.
Yeah. Right, so that thing is completely paired with the camera IRL, and you can go and kind of, like when you move that camera moves, and the frame that's in the background of real life is exactly what that camera is shooting. Which is,
so I think the best way to explain this is when you play a video game, you've got a remote controller, and that remote controller you push forward. That camera, this camera on here, moves forward, and if I press up, that camera will move up in here. And so what we've done on our studio is we've given our motion control rig, which one is our robot, and then we also have other types of motion control rigs,
which I know before you have messed up. During there was this one shoot we had, and Justin showing us the controller, look how cool this is, and he like presses some button, some trigger, and this thing flies and like hits the entire setup. It's in the newest global healing video, so y'all gotta go check that out. We just posted it, but there's like this whole section in there.
I almost cracked the
how that
entire
happened.
shoot in half.
And that was good. Yeah, we got that on film, luckily. That's a great
demoing live is always so much fun.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. We've then, in essence, given our robot control of this camera. So once you can kind of see where this is at. So we have our LED wall in our studio. You'll probably seen lots of pictures of it. This is our LED wall, which is 44 feet wide by 14 feet tall. So I have an exact replica inside of Unreal Engine, right? Again, Unreal Engine is free. It is just this, like the environments. It's the environments that you put into it, right? Some of them are really cheap, and some of them are really, really, really nice. And sometimes it's just about kind of tweaking them. Matthew's been working on rendering out this environment a lot this week, just to optimize it for our productions, and there's no little extra like light leaks and stuff like that. So
polish it up.
We inside of Unreal Engine, I think one of my favorite things is that you can like in real time change your light.
So like sometimes, you know, like let's say you're using like a static background, you would almost have to match the lights to that. Or you would start with the lights and match the background and then like set it completely. As in this case, you can choose either. You know what I'm saying? Not that you would. But everything is changeable.
Absolutely. Everything's changing. So you're just changing the direction of the light, right? So now if we put our subject in here, removed all the stuff, then we have a silhouetted shot. You know, now we have them in broad daylight. You know. So
what's the extent of what you can, like, I know like this is Unreal. Is Unreal the only thing that has that camera feature where you can map it and have it go exactly? Or like, what's the extent you can go with that idea?
Just kind of like mapping it out is what we're saying?
Yeah. And having the camera angles match what the background is.
I mean, I think is just it's endless.
It's endless.
You know,
Yeah, okay.
I sent you a video online from Steve Girold.
Yes.
And he's the top tabletop engineer
Yeah.
in the industry, and he's got a small LED wall in a corner, and he had the seams that were completely perfect, so it looked like it was shooting level when it wasn't shooting level.
So like even with that huge background, I can go into Unreal and just put like a custom pre-made image or background that I've taken from anywhere, match it to the screen, and then because it's linked up with Unreal, the camera will then match it when I'm moving.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So many cool things. So many cool things.
I love that.
Right.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing that I want to kind of showcase is like you can kind of like this camera's angles that I've been doing.
Yeah.
I just drove the remote control around, right?
Yeah.
And I took a screen grab, right? Drove it here. I took a screen grab, and I drove it around. Took another screen grab. So like this tool is so great for like even previs, right? You're just like
previs.
Previs is just like pre-visualizing everything.
Okay.
Right. So you need to go do a virtual scout. Maybe you're trying to figure out like what's the timing of each shot.
Yeah.
Right. So if you're telling you have a movie or a commercial, you've got to have the right timing for it. For a commercial, it's got to be within your 15-30 seconds span.
True,
so you got to make sure that the lines that you've created fit in here.
True.
Right. And then same with your feature film. Like if your shots are not long enough, right, your film's gonna be too short. So you need to know if you're dragging out the thing so you can create these shots in Unreal Engine and start creating a storyboard,
molding that
animatic or massaging the idea so that when everybody else and I'm like, hey, look, this is the film that I want to make. Here's all the shots that we're gonna do, and we know that I'm gonna come in and I'm like, okay, we need a shot of the camera over here. We need to have a drone shot of the building. We need to go higher for the second shot or third shot. See what I'm saying? And
let's get a look because I want to take a better look at these guys up here so we can get on screen.
And so then we're gonna be like, okay, then later we're gonna cut to a shot that's gonna be later in the day. Yeah. Right. So now I'm actually able to tell a better story to you before even the video's done. Right. Yeah. So this helps me with my previs. I can now show this to my client. They're like, oh, I love this idea. This is great. So I've already gone on set and they've already been excited about it. So this helps us align as a production company with our clients or the production team that's doing the film or whatnot they're doing. So
and it's I feel like too, like utilizing this tool compared to others really gets you further ahead quicker, I think. You're able to answer more questions by showing them this instead of showing them a drawing because then more questions evolve. What is the, and this is giving you almost the ability as well to like knock out most of them through that process.
And with the drawing, which is a really great way to still tell your story. You're limited on what's the time of day. Right? Now I know I want it to be
problem solved.
Problem solved.
You want the lighting warm? You want it regular?
We can change it.
Anything.
Live. And so
you want a UFO in the sky?
And now we also have a consistency. Right? Now the lighting's in the same direction from each one of these shots. So it's an awesome tool. So
and you're matching everything when it comes to frame rate to,
and this is how I start, right? So you have to go get every single shot that you kind of want to have in your video shoot. So you start by going and get all your screen grabs, okay, and then you're building out your storyboard. And so like once I have all those shots, and I know I have 52 shots or 22 shots in my storyboard lineup, I would then go start setting up all my equipment, right? So we can go talk about that next phase. So we've got some pretty cool tools here. I can do a little playing right here. So we have a couple different motion tracking devices. And so I'll pause it back here just for a second. So this device is called Moses, and it has a camera on it. I'm touching it right there. And it shines a red light towards the ceiling, and it looks at these little dots that are on the ceiling. And here in a second, we'll look up at the ceiling. And so there's little dots all over the ceiling, And
those must be motion tracking, huh?
Yeah. And so that helps build it's got a constellation of them inside of it. It's got a little memory bank. And so it can remember where it's at. So it's able to, we calibrate it by dancing around with it all over the place. And so then it has this constellation of stickers, and then it can know where it's at in virtual space down to the centimeter.
Wow. Okay.
Pretty crazy.
So that's where that plugin comes from. So that's, I guess, sending information to your program, whether it be, I guess, Blender or Unreal Engine.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Kind of
So,
the basis.
but on this next project that we're working on, we're
Yeah.
actually, they don't want to go with the handheld feel. They really want to go with a very clean, smooth movement.
Yes.
And sometimes the job needs something that's a little bit more like rugged, maybe. But this particular project that we're working on and getting prepped for, they want it to be smooth and steady.
Super smooth. So you're
Yeah.
gonna need the world's biggest gimbal. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the
we have a high-speed Cinebot.
Yeah.
So, right behind me is this robotic camera arm, and the piece that I'm holding is what holds the camera.
That is one hell of a gimbal.
These little motors right here.
Yeah.
You mount it to your camera, and
that's what you're holding is the motor. That is the mount.
Yeah, it's the mount for the camera. So I put the camera on top of there, and then I have the Fizz control. That's what it's called. You have these attached to your lens, and then it will tell it to focus at 26 inches or 5 feet,
and it physically turns
and it will turn it to that.
Wow. and here's a question, because just like gimbals, you gotta balance it every time. Everyone hates that, right? But do you have to balance this, or is it so giant and expensive that you think that would just kind of come with it?
You don't really have to balance it.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, when we're moving this thing 3 meters a second, you do want to have a sense of balance, right?
100%.
So if it's like super heavy on one end, we moved it 3 meters a second, you want it to be in
You're
the
taking
best.
no chances.
Yeah, take no chances. But ultimately, you can put like 40 pounds on there and like swing it around.
Wow.
So yeah.
So
continue moving on. We've got some of the contraptions. We can hold it in different directions.
Spinning that thing around there for a second.
Yeah, there's different ways of holding the camera, and just teaching Morgan as we were doing the shoot as well.
Great shot.
So yeah, here's our Morgan, great job, dude. So here's our lens with our Fizz control. Then you plug it into.
You see those little wheels up here, or I cut off, but like this way, yeah.
Yeah. So we have, we just mounting it to the camera, and so we've got everything going there.
Nice. Good solid mount.
Plug in the software that we use is called Flare 7.
Okay.
It's their newest form.
Yeah.
You can download this on their website just so you can kind of like get to know the robots and how it works. But to actually operate a robot, you have to plug it into a robot. So
gotta get a license.
But
any license for these things?
I don't quote me, but I think you can reach out to Mark Roberts Motion Control and they'll give you a download so you can start practicing with your robot.
I mean, like
a
license,
virtual robot.
Class A, Class B, like forklift license.
Oh yeah, I have. We've done a couple certifications for it.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So there's about 8 people in the state of Texas that we've got certified.
Really?
Yeah. And so there are some in Dallas, some in Austin.
Wow.
So once we get the camera dialed in, then
look at that
we
thing.
can have
smooth.
It can be super smooth, left and right.
It's almost creepy. And I don't know if people could hear audio with this, but this thing sounds menacing. I don't know what.
Say specifically that that first clip too. We're showing off the different movements. So the first one, it's sort of like locked on one axis.
Yep.
So it's like think like basic like back and forth movements.
Yeah.
And this one right here, this one is kind of like it is moving around a focus point.
Yeah,
So-
and you can see right here. Yeah, it's that was a good shot there.
Yeah.
It's got,
So this is kind of what he was talking about. You have
Mhm.
your X, Y, and Z axis. It's just going to follow that in
the
a
way it-
straight line and that perfect shot. And that's what they're really looking for.
Yeah.
Is to be at eye level, push in shot. And then
you can structure that to be decimal.
Yeah, and then we have a product shot that they want to circle around kind of like this.
Yeah.
Right? So we'll have the product on a table, and it'll just be moving around for like 3 seconds. And we're able to really dial in the framing that we really want. So
this is the type of thing you'd probably want to unplug during a storm, just in case, right? I mean,
this is how Flare. This is Flare. So you have a couple different modes in here.
Yes.
That Cartesian view and locked view, or just different types of moving it. You can see behind my head. We have
off the bat,
X, Y, and Z.
the user interface looks great. I would say, like, I would not expect the user interface to look like this.
Yeah.
Nice and, thank you.
Yeah, no, this is it looks super clean. I love Flare. You can actually hook your camera feed into here. So I can take my live camera feed and plug it right into the camera. And so you can see what it's looking at. You can drive from here. This is what your robot is doing. You can live feed, playback, and then this is your timeline. And then you'd have key points. So like Kendrick Lamar Humble video. So it'd be like position 1 is right here, and then position 2 would be right here, and then position 3 would be right here, and then position 4.
And you have those all presets. So once you get them dialed in, you're ready to go take after take after take.
Yeah, and then you can just keep doing the shot over and over and over and over.
Kind of like Pokemon. Once you have your energy in.
Yeah, and then you can just keep going. Yeah, you know. So, but once you have your robot set up or your motion control rig, right? So like, again, you don't need this big robot to do exactly what I'm talking about. With an iPhone, you can go download, there's a link that's called Live Link. Yeah. And that Live Link will do exactly what this robot is doing. Maybe not as precise, but you could start doing these things yourself at your house, right? So the next phase of all of this is, so get your iPhone. So imagine you don't have this robot, you don't have the cameras, the lenses, and all those different things, but you have a DSLR camera, like a Sony, something that you can put an iPhone and mount it to, and then you get that app open and go Live Link. And so from there, we can kind of showcase what that looks like. I think
I'd love to see.
So once we have the camera working with Unreal Engine, so you saw our first shots where we have the Unreal Engine where we can drive around with the LED wall. I'll just show it back real fast.
This is all of it together, huh?
So this LED wall. Right here.
Oh God, I didn't even almost realize. For some reason, I thought there was like an extended garage in that house. It's kind of hard to see.
It is kind of. That's why I took a couple different different shots. Perfect, right. Yeah. So this LED wall, everything on this is going to be projected onto the physical LED wall in real world. Yeah. Okay. And so when this camera in the real world moves, this box and this camera move accordingly. So whatever this camera sees in this box is what the real world camera sees.
Yes. Wow.
Okay.
And then here we've got, I believe next, right, a video of this all compiled together.
So this is all of it together. So that's, again, that frame that you just watched on our display.
So if you were to look at the literal view on the camera, it would not exceed those blue lines.
Yeah. So sorry about the flicker, but it's just how it works. So everything inside of here is rendered out at its highest frame rates, highest quality. You can tell. Everything else down here is like less. I'm just going to pause it just for a second so we can see. So you can see the colors right here and the colors right here. It's just pushing out a little bit better of everything.
Exactly.
The rendering power is coming from that spot right there. So, as we keep moving forward, we'll see that the camera moves. We'll get it going. Doop, 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 doop,
Justin, you want to talk about how to, like, when recording on, like, these kind of walls, like, the frame rate issues, too? Because, like, I know it's, like, something that maybe not people don't, like, normally think about, but, like, the way that these walls function with, like, all of these panels.
Yeah, so you can see as we're watching this video right now, there is a crazy amount of flickering. When you're firing off your camera and you're firing off LEDs, imagine an LED light as a pulse of light. Every time that light is on, it's pulsing. It's not a continuous light. Does that make sense? Yeah. So like a tungsten light bulb is a continuous source of light. It's not pulsing. So a tungsten old-fashioned light bulb is emitting light continuously.
Yes.
An LED light is pulsing lights really fast.
I bet a lot of people have experienced that on their iPhone. Like if you shoot a slow-mo video, you will see.
Yeah. And so that's how the LED lights are pulsing at that speed. So when to get rid of that, you have to synchronize your camera and the LED together.
What are the exact settings you're looking for?
Well, there's no real exact setting.
Well, not maybe for this wall specifically, like, do you look at your shutter speed or what do you look at?
So on every wall, there's going to be different limitations. Like what is the shutter, or what is the hertz of the wall? What's the frame rates that it can be filmed at? Our particular wall, we can film at as fast as 60 frames a second.
All right.
Right. So we can do a little bit of slow motion, but ultimately this is really designed to capture things in 24 frames a second, 30 frames a second kind of things.
Yeah, gotcha.
So that is a limitation of our wall, right? And for when filming, some people have specific standards that they're trying to achieve when executing their project. They're like, I have to have my camera at shutter angle 180. I got to be shooting at 24.
Gotcha.
I got to be at 4K. I got to be at this XYZ aperture, blah, 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 blah. And so we need to make sure that we can match whatever they want to do. And so what you have to do is called gen locking.
Gen lock.
The camera and the LED wall together.
Yeah.
And so that is making sure that we're sending a signal from a box to the LED wall, to the camera, to the motion tracking device. And it's kind of like a time code for all of those devices.
Interesting.
And it's kind of synchronizing it. And so imagine a camera is like a photo camera, and a LED light is like a flash of light. And so when we're mixing LED lights with video, right? And so now we're going to flash that camera, flash that light. And so if they're not flashing at the same time, that's what creates that tearing that we're seeing. So whenever you synchronize them together and you gen lock it, and now they're going to be flashing at the exact same time.
Perfect.
Makes sense?
That does make sense.
So
gen locking. So that seems like a very vital part of the process. I think if anyone's looking to do vertical production, whether it be with a TV or with a wall, make sure you are gen locking. 110%.
And if you're not gen locking, you might just be limited to the certain things, right? If we're not gen locking to our LED wall, I cannot shoot 180 degree angle. So I have to shoot at 144 at 24 frames per second, even not 23.9A, not 30 at 144. So like we'll just kind of get stuck into something. So into a particular setup. Thank you. So you get limitations. So your TV might be at 60 hertz, and you might have to just kind of figure out what are the hertz and do some ChatGPT to figure out what would be the best way to film your television, because not all cameras and not all TVs are equal, right? So you might have to go take your camera to what's it called, Costco, and just go see which one works best. See which one's literally not working.
Walk through that aisle, walk through the TV aisle, and
see if there's something that works good for you.
This one I could use as a background.
Yeah, exactly. Because they got 72 inches there for like $800.
Yeah,
right now you've got a whole business right there with an iPhone, a DSLR, a Sony camera that's maybe like global shutter or something.
If your whole thing is virtual production, test out the cameras and the TVs you want at the same location. Walmart.
So, but kind of moving forward. But for this, if you want to pull back up our screen back here. So when you're doing a virtual production, you can do it two ways. You can do this as a plate shot. Where you have no control of the background except Photoshop, right? You're not going to change the horizon. You'll have to zoom in, get it to the right height, the location. But with Unreal Engine or your 3D environments, you're able to move the environment to the camera, where when we're doing a 2D plate, I have to move the camera to the correct perspective of the background. And really, ideally, you'd want to set the camera and the lens and all the things that you want to do and put the camera in there and then set the background so it makes sense, right? So rather than being stuck to a 2D environment, but sometimes the 2D environments work perfect because it's the exact plate, it's the exact angle that you need to have. So there are pros and cons to virtual production when it comes to 3D plates, environments, and then 2D plates. 2D plates are a little simpler. You're kind of limited on what you can do movement wise, but in virtual production, you have more variables to go wrong.
True that.
So
most definitely. That's definitely something to keep in mind too. 100%.
But as we were saying, inside of our LED wall, there's this box is called the frustrum. Frustrum.
Yeah.
And so this frustrum is, again, what the camera sees. So when the camera is moving and it pans left or right, up or down, those blue bars are not even in the frame.
Nice.
So like those blue bars are there as a
Yeah.
guideline for us. So if we
Yeah.
do, it's kind of in our calibration stage.
Gotcha.
So whenever we're panning left or right, if we can see the edges in there, that means we need to kind of expand the frustrum a little
okay.
bit.
Nice,
Make
nice.
sure that we're aligned within
Yes.
the virtual environment.
Yes, good alignment for sure.
Yeah. So once we're ready to go, we'll remove those lines,
Yeah.
and then it will just be all ambient, no
Yeah.
blue reflections of any
Yes.
sort. So,
Nice.
but you can see the size and scale
Yeah.
of the LED wall.
Yeah.
With me kind of next to it. It's 14 feet tall, and you can kind of build your sets really close to the ground. So it comes with a stand, and it gets it about 3 to 4 inches off. So I threw that away.
Dang.
And I wanted it to be like as close as we could to the
Yeah,
LED wall to
yeah.
the edge. And so you have to make this extremely straight. And so I found out, I started in the center, and I made it as flat as possible. And there's a 2% grade down
Yeah.
from here
Interesting.
to here, and it gradually gets bigger and bigger
Yeah.
and bigger. And
Oh,
I
I
didn't
bet.
realize that.
Yeah.
When you look at a place, you're like, oh, that's super flat, and you put a like a little ball on it, or
Yeah,
like a little
yeah.
level, and the ground is level.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
it's kind of interesting when I
That's
was
funny.
putting this whole thing together, because you have to be very precise.
Yes.
Right,
Oh, most
when
definitely.
putting all this stuff
This entire
together.
process, you got to be locked in.
Mhm.
And that term, you got to gridlock. You got to.
Yeah. So, what other questions you got, Nate?
Gosh, when it comes to virtual production, man, like I'm wondering again what classifies completely as virtual production, because I've used projectors before.
Uh-huh.
I've projected things onto walls or lamps and like drawn in light. Is that virtual production?
Yeah, I mean, I think that like if you're taking virtual assets and like you're doing right here for us,
Yeah.
we're doing it virtually.
Yeah.
Like we're not actually here. I mean, you can see there's a little bit of green.
I don't believe that for a minute. It feels nice and warm.
You
and
can
cozy
kind
where
of
I'm
see
at.
that we've got a little green hue, but that's for our live stream. We're not making this stuff happen.
I'm just
right?
feeling a bit. I don't know that.
Little
Yeah,
famished.
yeah. Well, okay. Now that we've talked about all of the great ways to use this virtual production stuff, tell me, what is the most fun thing you've done with this big LED screen? I mean, you've got to have this thing. I know you do it for shoots. Very
I think
fun,
with the
but
coolest thing that we
biggest TV
did,
like in the world.
I think the coolest thing we did so far was we had a huge DJ contest here.
DJ contest.
There was like 350 people here at the studio.
Oh wow! Big
And
party.
they had a DJ contest.
Yes.
That one was awesome. I think my another favorite thing that I think we did was we did a gaming event.
Yes.
Where they gave away $1 million.
Oh my God.
They gave away $1 million at our studio. The organization is called Swamp Gaming.
Swamp Gaming. I'm familiar with Swamp Gaming. Yeah.
they
they're cool
do some
people.
they do some
Wow.
really cool stuff.
Yeah.
They put on these crazy events where they have streamers all over joining
Yeah.
in on these events.
Was that TV like used as like people would like watch the gameplay and it'd be like split into different sections so people can just go up and look, or was it
As
like,
all live streamed. So
Really?
nobody was here at the facility physically.
Oh.
So they were hosting their stream in front of the LED wall. So they're hosting it. And then they had a professional gamer in our green screen environment
Yeah.
playing inside of the game. So it's kind of hard to explain, but we
Interesting. Yeah,
had
but
a
I'm-
camera.
Yeah.
So imagine you're Sway.
Uh-huh.
You're sitting in a green screen environment.
Hi, I'm Sway.
We had the video game background
Yeah.
that he is playing in.
Okay.
And then we
Yes.
were able to live composite him into this, just like this. But
Yeah, yeah.
he was just driving through
Yeah.
a sewer of waste.
Waste, toxic waste.
It's called a game called Dookie Dash. It was
Dookie Dash. Well,
yeah.
that makes sense. Through the poop pipes.
through the
crap
poo
swamp.
pipes. Yeah, and you're a monkey. It's from the Bored Ape guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The Bored Ape guys.
Yeah.
Interesting. Dookie
pretty-
Dash. Wow.
When you create an NFT that costs a lot of money,
Oh, I know it does.
you get to go make video games.
Yep. Oh God, the NFT. I wish I would have.
I jumped on those.
You
I
did?
I made a couple money.
Couple money. He's
Made
not
some-
gonna
I made
get
some
into
coin.
complete financials here. Couple money.
Yeah, and all it was just content that I created.
Really?
I built a whole virtual gallery,
And
I
you-
might even be able to find it.
Interesting.
Yeah, you could go walk around in my Oculus and go look at my my virtual gallery of
Yeah.
photography and drawings
Yeah.
and paintings that I
You
did.
got painting $50, painting $50, painting $5 million.
None of them were $50. They're all like, $500 to $1,000.
Really?
Because they're one-off pieces. That's what's so cool about
Yeah,
NFTs.
they are,
I think.
yeah.
It's like it was the only one. You could be the only person that has this.
Yes.
Like I would
Yes.
only make one of them.
Yes.
So thanks to the people that bought my NFTs.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
So you're talking no extra, JPEGs or PNGs. Like that's the only one.
That's the only official NFT. So I've got one on my phone.
Yeah.
That I uploaded it.
But it's like
there's
screenshot.
like when I pass away and they're gonna be like, dude, this guy created this content. Now that NFT is gonna be like, go up 10 times. So he's gonna make money from that NFT later.
It's gonna be like, oh man, 30 years down the line, here's Justin's $500 of a dog wearing a cowboy hat. What are we gonna do with this? It's gonna be worth a lot more by then, right?
Yeah.
That's the goal.
That's the idea.
Yes.
So these people were investing in artwork that they like.
Yes.
And that might actually pop off.
True.
Right.
Yes.
So
definitely.
and some of those things do. Some of those things do.
They do. I'd love to see your NFT work.
Yeah.
Because
we'll have to do a whole nother stream on my gallery, and I'll let you walk through it virtually.
An auction, an NFT auction live.
Yes, we could do it live.
Oh my God, that's a great idea.
Because I can create one-offs where I can have like 500 NFTs. So like you could make a golden toilet or something.
Live? Like we literally have and we make art projects and we live.
Yeah. I could show you how to mint them. So how you make them, how you put them onto the marketplace.
Yes.
Because there's multiple steps whenever it comes to.
And there's there's the Macy's for Bored Apes. There's the, I'm sure there's different stores, different outlets.
Yeah. And then you need to be able to put it on the platforms like OpenSea so people can actually buy it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
so you have to create it, you have to mint it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to take that mint and then put it into a capsule, basically, as an application where it's basically stored.
Yes.
Right, virtually.
Yeah.
That's got an encryption code.
Yeah.
And so once you have that NFT, then you can put that NFT into your gallery, and then if that person buys it, that leaves your gallery. It's gone.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That must be a fun feeling, though. Because the whole idea, I don't know. I feel like a lot of new creators are past the point of selling maybe physical prints of photography. I know some do, right? If you're doing senior photos or some wedding stuff, of course you're gonna sell some physical prints.
Yeah.
But when it comes to having a gallery of a bunch of creative pieces, that's kind of weaned its way out. But having it virtually is kind of sick because you will get that same satisfaction of that was here. It ain't here anymore. Yeah.
It's gone because that's why people have these galleries. They can show them and walk them around and do all this stuff.
Yeah.
You can put videos in there, man.
Really?
You can showcase all of your tools. Maybe it's not even there for you to actually sell your product.
It's just welcome to my gallery.
It's a gallery of all of your best work, maybe. Right, and it could just be you could be a commissioned piece only kind of guy.
Yeah.
Right, but this is now, hey, these are commissioned pieces that I have done. You just mint them into NFTs or items that you could just put into your virtual gallery. And now you don't even sell those things. It's just to showcase your products or your services in a way. You could let's just say you were a plumber. Okay.
I'm a plumber. In fact, I'm working on the same pipes as a Swamp Gaming.
You could seriously have a whole gallery, right? Imagine you have all of the fixtures that you sell. Yeah. And you could have a virtual gallery.
Oh, I think you could say a virtual gallery of all the worst.
No, a virtual gallery of all the products that you have. Yeah. And somebody could go and see I like this pink one. Yeah. And now you don't actually have to have the physical space or the warehouse to have this stuff. Yeah. Amazon's already kind of working on this.
Yeah, I would say
Amazon is already kind of working on it. So basically, you're able to take a lot of your products. So go on. I implore you to check this out. Go on to Amazon. Mm-hmm. Open up your phone, and go click up one of the top selling items. Mm-hmm. And then if you scroll through the photos, there will be an item, a little button that you can click, and you can do AR.
Augmented reality.
Yes. And you can then place that item in the place. So I have a 3D printer, and I wanted to make sure it actually fit in the space that I wanted to be in. God. So I scanned my room just a little bit, kind of waved it around, and then immediately it just showed up. Boom, right? Wow. And it fit perfectly on my desk. I was able to orient it and put it right where I wanted. And I said, it fit perfectly. And guess what? When I got it in, it fit perfectly.
That's amazing. Yeah. That's nice. That's why I like AR and technology in 2026
Mm-hmm.
because we were. I mean, stuff like this. I mean, this is really pushing it forward. I don't know how we could step into AR and just have that printer without it having to be delivered.
Morgan, is there any chat in there?
We
Is there
got
anything
any
going
chat.
on? Is there? I want to see if
Any
anybody's got
activity?
anything going on. I'd love to answer any questions.
Any questions at all, y'all?
Morgan, if you
Fling
even
them
want
to
any
us.
clarity, I'm happy to give you some. You know.
I guess I'll just ask, like, more specifically on Captive's, like, kind of business side. So, like, whenever you got the volume wall, like, did that shift your focus? Did that shift the kind of clients that you wanted to take?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what percentage of your work would you say is now with the volume wall?
You know, I think it's just another tool that we have. It's not the only tool that we sell, because there's still clients that want us to go fly out to, Utah, or we're gonna have to go to Tennessee, we're gonna have to go to Florida, we're gonna have to go to all these different places, and I can try to sell them virtual, but sometimes the job still requires us to go out on site. So, to answer your question, it's still up in the air. Like, each client has a specific need, and I can't really fit everybody into that one category. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can't be like, hey, Morgan, you're a supplement company. We're gonna do all of your shoots in an indoor environment. They're gonna be like, no, we actually want to go really outside, and I want it to be a real waterfall. And some companies want that. So
we want you to travel to an actual real live volcano and shoot these product ads for us.
Oh yeah, I'm
yeah.
gonna say
Yeah.
yes every time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say yes every time. I
Uh-huh.
love shooting virtual. I really do love shooting, but there's nothing that actually beats shooting practically out there. If your project can allow it for you to have the budget to go out to Washington D.C. and film these things, or go to this place and go film that thing, like, you should do that, because then that background is gonna be authentic. It's gonna be real.
Yeah.
You can shoot those things. So not every project's gonna require a virtual production. But now let's just say I have a project where I saved our client probably $50,000. So we gave them a quote to go fly out to Washington, D.C. during the winter, and they wanted us to film a Chrysler commercial, and they wanted the Chrysler to be parked out front of the Washington, D.C. monument. So I had to go look at the map and go, would imagine us scouting.
Yeah.
We'd have to go take out days and physically go out there.
Can you even
and,
do
and
that?
can we do that, right?
Yeah.
Is there permitting that we're going to have?
Yeah.
Is there going to be, we're going to have to go talk to city officials or whatever it is, get to the police department to be involved, right? Now we have to get our crew members. We got to get rentals. We got to go get all these tools. So, and they wanted this to feel like this was a road trip during the summer, right? And it was the winter.
Yeah.
So that quote was $100,000. And for us to do that shoot over a certain amount of days, we had to go scout it, produce it, flights, hotels, all the bells and whistles, food for the crew and for our client. And they basically said, no, this is kind of out the budget, it's out of the scope. It's actually out of season. So
let me guess what you did.
we were prepared. We were definitely very prepared for us to be able to have the LED wall as a plan, a backup plan. We said, look, you want it to be this time of day and you want it to be during the summer. They were like, yeah, we want it to be like during golden, maybe pink hour. Well, I was like, well, we could do that all day at our studio. So we could put the vehicle in front of it. And so in our shorts, you're gonna have to go back and watch it. We'll show you some of those shots. But basically we used masonite on the ground and parked a little minivan in front of our LED wall and look like we're in front of the Washington D.C. monument.
That is sick. Yeah, and that's exactly, because there's a bunch of places that people wish they could film, they just can't. But
we can do
it's
it virtually.
Yeah,
we actually created it within 48 hours.
48 hours. Yeah. Virtually, almost sometimes compared to going to the real life counterpart and having to set up there. If you have a fixed spot somewhere that you could always change and kind of grow with, I think is very important too.
I think I've got a quick clip here on my
Oh, you do?
Instagram.
Oh, fantastic.
I'll tell you when I'm ready, Morgan.
Usually, you can see me over there searching. Any comments? Comments and questions? I heard we got 5, 6 comments? 6, 7 comments? Morgan said we got a big fat 0. So if y'all are in chat.
Well, we have one.
Oh, yeah?
From This Is Filmatic.
Okay.
Oh, what's up, Orlando?
What up, guys? Hope you're well.
Hope you're well too.
Thanks for joining us,
100%.
Orlando. Good buddy of mine.
Orlando.
This is Filmatic. Give him a shout out.
Filmatic, Orlando.
Let me check the. We have some people just saying hi.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Hell yeah.
H2 Yarzar says that it just said AI. I don't know if he's trying to say
AI.
that we are AI
or they're looking for Al. Is it
They're looking for
A-L capital L?
Al's down right
Al's
now
down.
for updates.
Lowercase.
Okay, so it's AI. Oh.
Yeah.
I'm real.
I don't have this.
Can't find the video.
There's just too many videos.
Yeah.
You know what? I know where to find it. I can find it on Chrysler's page, but we'll do a follow up.
Yeah. Totally. Tight.
So anybody, if you got any questions about virtual production, I'd love to talk about it. I'd love to tell you.
If you're saying hi and you're signed in, you might as well, throw some.
From Joshua Jones 7054, how hard is it to set up for a digital shoot? For this example, to add the road and trees in the forefront.
So some of those are already like ready to go right out the box. You can go in and spend $10 and go get that exact environment, and then you'll be able to pick up that tree and move it around exactly where you want. So within a matter of 30 minutes from going to the marketplace, going to download on fab.com, and on your computer, you can have it downloaded. I mean, you might be limited to the speed of your internet.
I think he may be asking too, potentially, like just in case, like adding elements into the foreground.
Adding elements. Oh, how long
so
does
like
that take?
IRL, or maybe yeah. I guess it doesn't take long in that sense, but like maybe I don't know. Maybe you were asking about like trees, like we kind of did for Global Healing, which is also in our Global Healing video. We just dropped it. It's really cool. It goes in depth about like every part of that process, but what I'm referring to is we brought in a bunch of plants and rocks from outside, just kind of around here, and put those into C-stands and added that before the LED wall. So it kind of mixes that background layer with the IRL stuff as well. So it's not just strictly like subject background. It's like subject, some real foliage, and then background, at least for like a kind of like a foliage plant jungle based set. But yeah, but hopefully that answers both of the potential questions.
Yeah, I've got a I got a little video right here.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. This is gonna be great. Justin's pulling up a good shot of this. How we did mix the background with the foreground with some realistic foliage.
So we've got
fantastic.
Some real moss right here, a little moss in the foreground, and then all of this is just our LED wall back here. Right, so now we have the essence of it.
I think unless there's a little bit of real trees, don't you think?
I think there was a few of them that we kind of left in there.
Jones is asking too. He's saying, "What's the process for IRL elements, and can you get away with just digital for to get enough depth?"
Okay.
The answer is yes. You can be completely all digital. I think we have a couple examples in here.
I think just generally, it's always going to help fill out the scene.
Yeah,
you know
if you have real practical stuff, it's going to make it feel more real. Morgan, you can bring it back up real fast. Like
you can get
this shot right here, like all of this stuff. If you just have real stuff mixed with your shot, and then everything else that's out of focus, that's I think the best way to do it. This is not fully rendered.
Yeah, focus is a good way to think about it too, because it kind of depends on that as well. Like, let's say you're shooting at you're like 2 feet away from the wall. You're shooting at f5. Like you're gonna almost want to step out and like blur the back and get that perspective and help it mix a little better. And then like for here, we have points at, what are we shooting at here? F what? What do you think?
I don't know.
Something low.
I think we're at like maybe like a 5.6 or a 2.8, somewhere in there.
Because there is a good distance between, as y'all can see here, the plants and the actual background.
Well, you also forget too, a lot of the blur is like added in Unreal Engine.
Yeah, there's blur in Unreal Engine and the natural blur coming from the not so far back, but sort of far back IRL elements. So it does, help kind of tie that together and give that natural depth. 100%.
Josh, I hope I answered your question.
Perfect.
Cool. Let's keep firing away with some questions.
Yeah, come on, y'all. Put them in there. Don't be shy. Any questions? Virtual production, we got you. Justin's got you.
Absolutely. Product videos.
But yeah, I think with that question, totally. Yeah, if you got the elements, add them. It'll make it look better from what I've seen.
Q4. Here, I was so stoked about
Another
this
good
one.
shot here.
We had.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's some more global healing clips where that idea of foreground elements.
So this one has a little bit
elements, yeah.
of extra stuff. Here you go, Morgan. You can pop that up on
This
the screen.
one's great. This one's so cool. You should talk about this one too because.
Right.
Yeah.
This is out of season.
There it is. Good.
So this is a like we found the image of this product, the particular berry that they have, and then we ran it through AI and we're able to generate a small video. Not my favorite shot of oranges. I think we end up changing this shot, but and then you have this amazing shot where we've got our real butterfly in the foreground and background mixed with Unreal Engine in the background.
Looking great.
I don't know. Is my screen all the way bright? Because it doesn't look
pretty bright. It looks bright.
Yo.
Yeah, what
What's
up,
up, Sharky?
Oh my gosh.
Meet Nate.
Yes, I'm Nate. And by the way, that song, Sharky just released a music video for those of y'all watching.
I think he's releasing
or maybe he hasn't released a video yet.
Yeah,
but of course, since I edited, I got to hear that song, and it is so freaking good. I can't even believe it. I literally, now that I have the file, thank you very much. I've been listening to it over and over again. And I have it in my car too, because it's.
Can you sing it for me? I'm just kidding. You don't have to sing it.
Punch a train, Louisiana moon. Yeah, I love it. And the backing vocals with that part too. I hope he watches.
He's playing this weekend in Mardi Gras.
Oh, in Galveston?
Yeah, he's playing.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Mardi Gras Galveston is happening this weekend.
If you play that song, I'm pulling up. First of all, I love Galveston.
He's playing. He's gonna play that song. It's gonna be live.
You should feel my heart rate right now.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
I'm going.
Yeah. Let's do it. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Morgan, you should come too. Saturday.
I'm down.
All right, Mardi Gras Galveston, and you get to meet Sharky, bro. He's
All right, thanks, bro.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. He's one of the biggest live streamers I know.
I hope he
holds some of the largest viewers I've ever known.
Really?
He's had like 15,000 people watching him just fishing for sharks.
Fishing content? Dog.
Yeah, dude.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that stuff.
Yeah.
That's great.
But yeah, super shout out.
Super shout out. Yeah, is he still in chat? We gotta, if you're still, let us at least know maybe that you heard that love, because there's a chance maybe hopefully he didn't click off, but
yeah. So that's done with those.
Oh hell yeah, tight. No, Mardi Gras is gonna be. I know all the good places to eat around there.
Oh, Wednesday. All right. Today's Monday. On Wednesday, we're good.
2 more days, man. Hell yeah. Repost story for show. It's gonna happen.
Awesome. Any other questions in the stream? We've only got a little bit longer left. We'd love to answer any questions that y'all have. About like 15 minutes left on the stream. We've talked about Unreal Engine and how we can use it for previs. We've talked about how we can use it for actual productions. You can do this inside your house. You could use this on a television with your iPhone. So just practice. Like, I mean, maybe it's not necessarily the final product, but you can actually start creating and simulating things, right?
Yeah.
We were talking about, I'm going to go get another video clip from our chat, and I'll tell you when I'm ready, Morgan. But we were able to create those storyboards for our client really fast. Where do we have these? It must
it must be in another chat or something, or
must be in a different chat.
Different chat potentially. I don't know. There's a lot of eyebrow movement for one shot. I'm sorry, y'all. Freaking out over here. Gotta wake up the muscles. Haven't been on camera for a while, so.
All right. Here's Unreal.
Yeah. Here's some demo shots. They look pretty good.
Demo shots. Look how real this looks.
That is Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark opening scene. That is what is in my head. You can
go get a metahuman and put them in this scene and take your stills for previs. You're like, okay, I just need to get it. Like maybe your story requires a child, right? Yeah. There's metahumans that have children. Maybe you need them to be in a specific outfit. You can go dress them the exact way that you want it to be. And so maybe this is not the exact scene that you're going to be filming in, but you can start using this for previs to start telling your story that you want to eventually tell, because no one's going to believe that you have a good story until you go and do this.
Yeah.
Like you need to have a script. You need to be able to have the story lined out for the director, the producer, the investor that's going to be going into this. If you can't show or articulate your film, you're never going to make it. Yeah. You're never going to have your film created. It's going to be an idea stuck in your head. So this is a free tool. You can go download this environment. I'm pretty sure that this environment specifically is free.
Really?
Electric Dreams. And we've already used it for multiple shoots. Like this environment played in Times Square in New York City. Right? For a project. Now, I hope that you get to go download this environment and you get to go use this in your next, like your storyboard or your actual film, right? Like maybe you want to be able to create a kids show, right? Now you can go create using Meshy and go create your 3D animated characters and then put them in here. Now, just like the tools and the power is the creatives have. We have the power as a creative. That's what I think is so awesome, because like before, like the only people that could do this are like Marvel and Disney. Yeah. Right? Yeah. These tools are free and we can do them today. Yeah. You could like we're creating some IPs that are going to be for children's movies. Educational content, just teaching people, and it's all going to be done through Unreal Engine. We never are even going to film anything. It's all going to be completely done in Unreal Engine. And so now you don't even actually have to be in the places that you need to be. You don't have to go to India, because you can go find these places. Or maybe you want to create a World War II film because you want to tell something about your grandpa. Now you can start getting these assets and start creating these things. Right? Like this gives the power to the people as a creative to tell the stories that they want to tell. And now you don't have to have $1 million, $5 million, $10 million to tell your story. And first, it's going to suck, right? But if you get it down on paper, you get your different stills that I have right here, because I was like, this is one scene that I need to have. And then we cut to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And I show you that, and you're gonna be like, oh, I get your story. And so you got to tell that story 1,000 times, right? If you're gonna get $1 million, $5 million to actually create your film, you're gonna have to tell that story. You're gonna know back and forward, back and front, and everyone around you needs to know about it too. They need to know it so much they're gonna be like, shut up, stop talking.
They're like, this thing wasn't filmed already.
Yeah,
like they already got the images in their head. So that's great. No, that's a fantastic, and I'd say definitely necessary part of the process. 110%.
Morgan, I'm just going to leave it open for just a few more minutes to just answer any questions.
Got activity in the chat. Let's see. I love that. Yeah. Unreal Engine. So when you do go through it, like let's say you make a storyboard with Unreal Engine, are you using the area or whatever map you're in to your benefit? Like, we're here and then we want this next one over here.
Yeah.
Or like, okay. Yeah.
You can, like, we have a shoot that's coming up this week, and we're going to need to be able to be at a racetrack and then at a barn, right? So we built the environments by piecemealing pieces from other different environments and dropping them in together. And then we're able to be in the same environment, and so the screen never goes down. We never have to open up a new program. We're already right there. The lighting, it needs to be consistent from the virtual like on their side of things, so now we can just leave the sun the same way the entire time.
Wow. So it's really just like you're getting that shot deck fully prepared, so there's no production day. You do it and you finalize it within seconds, because it is virtual.
Yeah, because we've already aligned the shots. We already the whole crew.
So that's
knows
the pros, low key. Of getting this thing moving along using virtual compared to IRL. Yeah. Because wow.
I mean, unless the idea is being authentic now. Yeah. Nobody wants to be really tricked by AI in a sense. Like, unless if you're storytelling, you need to create an explosion, and that explosion is helping tell the story. This is like there's virtually
no difference. Because you're able to have that control, and it's not left up to, generated this, we're just gonna use this, whatever. Everything is malleable and everything is important, and the fact that you have that control just makes it that so much more better.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Morgan, anything else over there? Nah. All right.
Ghost in the chat.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, I appreciate everybody for tuning in.
Yes.
We'll be back next week with some more live streaming. We'll have Al back in. Hopefully he'll be back in full swing and answer all of our questions and teach us some things, and we'll teach him some things. So thank you everybody for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
Sounds great. Later.